Now on CoastTV News.
Lewes Roadwork, how this construction is affecting people's commutes. Beach access for all, details about new beach mobility mats being tested by the city of Rehoboth. Another school shooting in America, how it is gripping the nation once again.
And we have a spectacular day ahead, but this morning's Mother Nature dropped the temperature in a spectacular way. We tied a record low.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Lewes's latest road closing just off of Route 24. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with part of Angola Road shut down. That road closure is causing major inconveniences for the neighbors who live nearby. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson joins us live in Lewes. Brandon, construction just started.
Yes, Maddie, Route 24 lines by cones right now. But we're talking about Angola Road, which is currently closed. Now follow me, I'm on the edge of the construction zone here. These cones will line this road about a half mile deep to neighborhoods, and I talked with people in these neighborhoods and they say they do not like this road work.
Well, every time I have to go out to a store, to a hardware store, to a grocery store, we have to go, and it's approximately 3 miles to go all the way around and get back to the same intersection. Hundreds of people, and they're all going to one intersection. So it makes it very tough.
About a half foot of blacktop has already been dug up here, and DelDOT says by the end of the year, this construction should be finished. In Lewes, Brandon Ferguson, CoastTV News.
Brandon, thank you. And here's some more information about the project in the works. Route 24 will be widened to include 2 lanes in each direction. A new signal will be installed at Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. And lastly, there will be new bus stops, bike lanes, sidewalks, and pedestrian crossings. And get this, guys, it's only a few of the changes coming to Route 24, so if you drive that road or you live there, you know there will be impacts on traffic. Authorities say 4 people are dead, at least 9 others hospitalized after a shooting this morning at a Georgia high school. As NBC's Dan Sheneman reports, 1 suspect is in custody, and NBC News has learned it's a teenager.
9:30 a.m. The school day had just started at Appalachia High School near Atlanta when shots were fired.
It was just like a loud boom, as if a locker had slammed. So my teacher thought it was just like some kid acting foolish. So then she took a peek outside, and then we heard repeatedly the banging again, and that's when we could identify it was the gun.
Law enforcement swarmed to the scene while students sheltered in their classrooms.
The hard lockdown was placed, and then we ran to the back of the classroom, turned off the lights. I was shaking.
NBC News has learned there are 4 dead, many more injured.
We do have a suspect in custody, and we are asking for your patience as the media to please let us get the facts that we need to make sure we get this right.
After a lockdown was lifted, students were released. Parents and guardians arrived to take students home. Shirley Powers was worried about her grandson.
I feel sorry for the kids that they've had to experience such evil.
Kathleen Hardrick checked on her neighbor, a senior.
Yeah, he actually heard the shooting. He's like, they're shooting right across from my classroom. How does this happen?
Now a school and a community wait for an answer. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
In a statement, Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp urged, quote, all Georgians to join my family in praying for the safety of those in our classrooms. The Biden administration addressed Russia's efforts to influence the 2024 election on Wednesday. The White House condemning Russia for using Kremlin-run media and other online platforms to target U.S. voters with disinformation. The Justice Department announced 2 Russian nationals working for Russian state-run media have been charged with violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act. They allegedly ran a scheme to distribute content to Americans with hidden Russian government messages. The DOJ says it seized 32 domains where AI-generated false narratives were spread. New fencing has been added to the Sandhill Fields sports complex in Georgetown. You might remember not too long ago, equipment was stolen from the community garage at the complex. Let's take a look here. You can see the additional fencing that was installed. According to the Sussex Sports Center Foundation, new fencing was put up along the perimeter of each field and along the line behind the fields, the property line specifically. In addition to security, the fencing is designed to, kind of important here, keep soccer and lacrosse balls in that area. Although the busy summer season is coming to an end, Rehoboth Beach is now testing out a new beach mobility mat in order to improve accessibility. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us in Rehoboth Beach how these mats are different from ones the city currently uses.
Taking a stroll on the beach can be a relaxing and beautiful experience, but the sand is not the easiest surface to walk on. Many beaches like Rehoboth have installed beach mobility mats in order to make the beach more accessible because everyone deserves to be able to enjoy the beach.
My mom is 89 and my sister brought her last weekend and she would not be able to go to the beach unless there was a mat.
For the past few seasons, Rehoboth Beach has been using these blue ones, but now the city is testing out a new mat. They are tan, officials claim they are eco-friendly, and are made from cocoa. The biggest difference between the two, the city believes the tan cocoa mat will be less slippery if it gets wet. Carolyn Diefendorfer, who lives in Rehoboth Beach, likes the natural look of these mats, but she says there's a few factors the city should consider.
And I think as long as it's cost-effective, either by holding up longer or being less money with the same life, I think everybody will be fine. I think that's going to be the key for the taxpayers.
The city says before it makes the decision to switch to these mats, it wants to hear the community's feedback, and you can give your input on the Reach Out Rehoboth platform. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Elisa, thank you, and this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know how the new mats in Rehoboth Beach compare to those blue mats. Let's take a look at the results. Take a look at your screen. 78% say about the same, 11% say much better, 11% say worse experience. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Those mats are still there to try out, and you can still vote on coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. Let's go ahead and take a live look right now outside into Cambridge as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, on our First Alert forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And yesterday we were talking about taking a stroll down the Chili Trail. Well, we bypassed that and went straight to Cold Highway, so to speak. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a moment. Our Hershey's exterior camera, right now we're at 71 degrees. We're going to drop to 69 with a few scattered clouds in place. So we have a few clouds today and going into tonight. So we won't cool down as quickly as we did last night. Last night was so impressive, like the old Johnny Carson thing. How impressive was it? Or how clear was it? It was so impressive and clear that we dropped down to 48 degrees last night in Georgetown. That ties a record low, folks. That's how cold. So if you stepped outside this morning and said, man, it's kind of cold out here, it wasn't just you. It was everybody feeling the same thing. 49 for the low in Salisbury, but we were a mile 66, comparatively speaking, in Ocean City. Now, doesn't look like we're going to be that cool for tomorrow, but we do have a little bit of a bump in the forecast road coming up. We'll talk about that in a little more detail, Maddie, coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you.
Thank you. Heading to the coast, erosion at the North Indian River Inlet already caused a shutdown Labor Day weekend. And now Coast TV has learned that closure is expected to last months. Take a look at your screen. This is the North Inlet Beach, or what's left of it. Denrec says debris and exposed bridge infrastructure has created some hazardous conditions. Heavy equipment's also moving in and around the area for the next several months, and this closure follows ongoing concerns about the area's erosion. The Dover Air Force Base will be holding a 9/11 memorial ceremony. This is September 11th at 10 a.m. at the Air Mobility Command Museum. A 9/11 survivor, William Raff, who has also been a tour guide at the museum since 2017, he'll be guest speaking. Raff was on the 82nd floor of one of the towers when the planes hit. Coming up, if you are uninsured, there is an important update on COVID-19 shots.
And there's an important update we had on our temperature for this morning because we dipped down to 48 degrees, tying the record low of 48, which was set in 1952. Wow, Maddie.
Paul, but first, plans for NASA's spacecraft to finally return That's up next.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Delaware needs campaign finance reform like HB 292. So why is Bethany Hall Long silent? Maybe because she broke the law. An investigation by a former FBI chief confirms Hall Long paid herself nearly $300,000 from her campaign, then falsified records and lied about doing an audit. Tell Bethany Hall Long to support campaign finance reform bill HB 292. Paid for by Change Can't Wait PAC. Learn more about Change Can't Wait PAC at elections.delaware.gov.
The work we do at Delaware Electric Cooperative is driven by one goal: providing our members with the most affordable and reliable power possible. The co-op is committed to maintaining and improving our system through the use of innovative technologies. Our Beat the Peak program helps keep rates affordable when the cost to produce power is highest. Each year, we give back capital credits to our members as a return on their investment in us. At DEC, members matter most. And that's why we keep the lights on.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Get covered from the rain with a free CoastTV umbrella. Simply enter at coasttvumbrella.com for a chance to win. Then catch CoastTV News weekdays to see if you've won. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
NASA says the Boeing Starliner spacecraft will return to Earth this weekend, just about 3 months late. But the capsule's 2 astronauts have a different itinerary. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with today's details from the space agency.
NASA on Wednesday detailing the plan to bring the beleaguered Boeing Starliner space capsule back to Earth without its 2-person crew.
Today, the Boeing team powered on Starliner systems and performed a variety of pre-undock activities, both on the systems and crew activities to get the capsule ready to come home. Tomorrow, Butch and Sunny will review procedures as they will be the ones closing the hatches between Starliner and the space station.
Just after 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, Starliner is scheduled to undock from the International Space Station, leaving astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams in space as the capsule tracks for an early Saturday arrival.
This will dip Starliner's orbit into our atmosphere and will allow it to land at White Sands, New Mexico, just after midnight Eastern.
The Starliner carried Williams and Wilmore to the International Space Station on June 5th. The plan was for the 2 astronauts to return home in about a week. But the Starliner suffered setbacks with helium leaks, and 5 of its 28 thrusters stopped working. After extensive discussion, NASA ultimately decided to bring Starliner back to Earth without the crew on board, but expressed confidence Wednesday that the capsule itself can land.
We have requirements for protecting the public as well, and so we have confidence in the thrusters. We went and looked at the thruster performance.
The astronauts will fly home with the crew of a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule that was already slated to make an ISS routine mission. Their return expected early next year. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're okay for Thursday, but here we go. Wet weather on Friday and a bit soggy on Saturday. Your full forecast for everybody coming up.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for baths by Bicep Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
Governor Carney trusts Bethany Hall Long to be our next governor. As Lieutenant Governor, Bethany fought to protect abortion rights, passed an assault weapons ban, and made historic investments in education to improve our schools. That's why she's been endorsed by the Delaware Democratic Party. and why Governor Carney said Bethany has the right experience to be our next governor and the vision to build a bright future for all Delawareans. On September 10th, vote Bethany Hall Long for governor.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-GO-FUR, FHFur.com.
When you're obese, you know, right? And you know the world sees you as this, but when you hear that, hey, you need to lose weight, you're like, but how? You feel trapped.
It's intimidating, and it's a really hard decision for the patient to make to proceed with weight loss surgery. Most people don't have enough information about the safety and the effectiveness of weight loss surgery.
I know that I can reach out to any person here at BB, and I can get the support that I need.
At Precision Exteriors, caring is our cause, and community is a big part of everything we do.
Habitat's partnership with Precision Exteriors has been incredible. They come out, they get everything done quickly, efficiently, and they leave no nail left behind when they're cleaning up and they're done.
Choose Precision Exteriors for your next home improvement project. Roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. We use quality materials with excellent craftsmanship. And we work with insurance companies advocating for you. Remember, measure twice, cut once, and always do it with precision. Precision Exteriors.
Well, this morning was something to call mom about because it was really just that cold. 48 degrees. That was a record that was set back in 1952. So we went back in time today. Our gutter helmet camera, we're at 71 degrees. We'll drop to 68. But see, we have cloud cover in place this time around. And because of the cloud cover, we're not going to get nearly as cold as we did this morning. We are right now holding at 74 degrees in Milton, 72 Millsboro, 76 Redden, 74 degrees currently in Seaford, and we're holding at 71 right now Delmar. The wind, another factor as far as the comfort level is concerned, primarily sweeping out of the east-northeast, ranging from, let's say, 7 miles per hour up to about 17 mile per hour wind gust, not steady winds, but gust. Small craft advisory is in effect. That's where you see all this pink here, updated to be extended until Friday. Now, we're also looking for that small craft advisory to stay active from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague until Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning. And that goes also with what's happening on the other side. Beach hazard statement issued for Accomack, Northampton, and Worcester. Because it's been so breezy, and now a lot of times when I'm sharing these small craft advisories with you, some folks go, why do you keep doing that? Because every time it's issued, it causes some concerns for beach erosion because the winds are just higher than what they should be in order for things to stay put. High pressure is now shifting over out of the way. So since the high pressure system shifting, the winds begin to change directions. So it's no longer coming out of the north. Listen, if you're doing your gardening and you're concerned about rain, listen, you will have to water your garden on Thursday, but Friday, maybe, but Saturday, definitely not. So I'm looking for the heaviest rain on Saturday. For the next 12 hours, not so much of a problem, although we'll slip into the lower 60s. With the cloud cover, we will avoid the 50s and stay in the 60s for the overnight. Now, we may hit 59 in Greenwood, Seaford, as well as Delmar, but other than that, we're staying relatively mild. Tomorrow, another beauty. 77, for example, for Lewes, and then 78 in Cambridge, Vienna 79, and we're expecting 78 in Snow Hill and Berlin. See, Thursday morning, we see the temperatures in the 60s inland, 71 along the coast. Thursday afternoon, we're in the 70s everywhere. Friday, we start off a little on the cloudy side, but then for Friday afternoon, we go back to being really sunny, bright, and comfortable. And the next round of rain is going to be heavy. Look, this is Saturday. This is heavy, dark green. The darker the green, the heavier the showers. So we'll have a swath of dark green or heavy rain moving across our region. So for tonight, not as chilly, comfortable in 60, 77 for tomorrow, and 79 for Friday, but that comes with some afternoon and evening showers. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
Well, thank you. As NFL fans eagerly await the season start, all eyes are on the Eagles' unique season opener Friday. The Eagles, they're beating abroad, taking on the Green Bay Packers in Brazil at 8:15 p.m. Very important note here, so please pay attention. The game will be broadcast exclusively on the streaming service Peacock. CoastTV News has and had no decision on this game not airing on our station. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, the game of the night is at 6 p.m. It's an Eastern Shore College field hockey battle. And over on DSN Plus at 5:30, it's Delmar versus Chincoteague volleyball. Then at 6, you can catch the Salisbury University field hockey there. Well, coming up this weekend, the Shore Living Expo. The event celebrates health, wealth, and home on Delmarva. You can see on your screen the event takes place Saturday, September 7th at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
We salute Danielle Ford. Danielle is a beacon of commitment and compassion, serving as an invaluable member of the EMS teams in Dagsboro, Frederica, and Bowers. Renowned for her swift response in emergency situations, Danielle balances her demanding roles with remarkable resilience. Her heart of gold and relentless spirit have not only earned her the respect of her colleagues, but also made a significant impact on the community she serves. We salute Danielle Ford for her dedication and the profound influence she has on the lives of those around her. Her service is an inspiration to all.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Over 14,000 people per day are affected by water damage in their home or business. Even a small leak from a water heater, washer, refrigerator line, or even HVAC drain can cause lasting damage. Response time is critical. Paul Davis has a team of certified experts on call 24/7 to stop the water, mitigate damage, and work directly with your insurance to quickly restore your home or business. If you see peeling paint, stains, mold, or smell a musty odor, call Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Accurate termite and pest control. Our professional pest management program includes year-round protection, 4 seasonal visits or more, and pest-free peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
When MAGA extremists took away our rights, Kyle Evans-Gay took action.
Kyle fought for her daughters and ours in the state Senate, delivering the strongest abortion protections in Delaware history.
She took on the NRA to ban assault weapons and protect our communities.
Led on securing our vote and our democracy.
I'm Kyle Evans-Gay, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor because a new generation will champion reproductive freedom and fight for our families. Let's do this, Delaware.
I'm David Wilson. I'm the CEO of the Preston Automotive Group, and I'm thrilled to announce our newest dealership, Preston Hyundai of Millsboro. Conveniently located at 28362 DuPont Boulevard, Millsboro, Delaware. We're open 8:30 to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 8 until 6 p.m. on Saturdays, or until the last customer is satisfied. Visit us in person or browse our extensive inventory at millsborohyundai.com. Buy online and we'll deliver it to your front door. Visit us at the all-new Preston Hyundai in Millsboro and discover why people say cars cost less with Preston.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control. A new season is coming and so are the pests. They want in. Trust Accurate to keep them out year-round. Locally owned and operated, Accurate Termite and Pest Control, on target since 1995.
I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. This home wouldn't be possible without the foundational life lessons you taught me. Call Dry Zone. What? To protect your crawl space. This is Delmarva, son. Just like your life, your home's foundation needs a dry crawl space. Call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
The number of available jobs in the U.S. continued to shrink in July. Job openings fell in July for the second consecutive month to an estimated 7.67 million. That's according to data released Wednesday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's the lowest number since January 2021. Economists were expecting the July postings to climb to more than 8 million. LL Flooring, which is formerly known as Lumber Liquidators, is going out of business after failing to find a buyer to rescue the 30-year-old retailer. Inventory at its 200 stores will be put on sale starting Friday before the locations close in about 3 months. The shutdown will put about 2,000 workers out of a job. LL Flooring began about 30 years ago as a company that bought and sold excess inventory. The company expanded and currently sells about 500 varieties of hard surface floors. In health news, the latest batch of COVID shots are out, but be prepared to pay up if you don't have insurance. That's because the federal program that covered the cost of the vaccines for underinsured and uninsured people ran out of money. Now, roughly 25 million Americans who are without health insurance will pay up to $200 for the shots. Pfizer and Moderna said free vaccines would be available through a patient assistance program, but it's still unclear at this time who would qualify for those free shots. Coming up, get ready to call your nearest Italian restaurant tomorrow. It's National Pizza Day. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
What could you do with your new Amish tradesman pole building?
A garage, workshop, pool house, office, in-law suite, or just a big old toy box. The Amish Tradesman provides free custom 3D design to reflect your vision, built with Amish quality. For nearly 20 years, our Amish crew continues to operate in Southern Delaware, where we live, work, and worship. Call us today to set up your free design consultation at 302-349-5550 or get inspired online at theamishtradesman.com.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewes Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewes Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community with a gift from a trusted family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 45 years. Just minutes from the beach, the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Labor Day, it's over and you might still have barbecue, but tomorrow you need to set it aside for cheese pizza because Thursday is National Cheese Pizza Day. Observed every year on September 5th. Your pie for National Cheese Pizza Day doesn't have to be the standard mozzarella. You can mix it up with vegan cheese, right, Paul?
Yes, and that's my grandson's favorite flavor. Well, any pizza is pretty much, yeah. So, for the rest of the night, we'll have temperatures slipping into the 60s with partly cloudy skies. Keep up with your forecast with our weather line. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Federico. Your forecast is just a call away. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We're clear from the rain on Thursday. No guarantees on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and it's going to be soggy on Saturday. But, Maddie, clearing up nicely on Sunday.
Love it, Paul. Thank you. And thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Inside Edition is up next, and we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great night.